Conflicts are an unfortunate and often unavoidable part of life. Whether physical, verbal, or emotional, a conflict is often said to occur when two people, whether they are similar or vastly different, are met with an issue that must be overcome. Episode 14, Collision. Hello, Echo. How are we this evening?
We are surviving. To my surprise.
We will have to see how long that lasts, won't we? First things first, at the beginning of every evening, I need you to roll me a rouse check.
I don't know. Shall we see just how much I can fuck up your plans tonight?
You can certainly try.
Excellent. I shall keep that in mind. In the meantime, my rouse check was a fail, so there's been a hunger added to my hunger track.
Alright, so how many hunger are you at now?
3.
Ooh. You can definitely feel the beast beginning to gnaw at its cage. Beginning to become desperate. The hunger ever so slowly creeping to the point where it's becoming harder and harder to ignore.
Understood.
You awake in your bed. Your ever-loyal dog, Bingo, once again deciding to use you as its personal heater, which is kind of hilarious given the fact that when you sleep during the day, you are essentially a corpse.
Yeah, as one does.
As it feels you awaken, though, the dog does give you a very affectionate lick up the side of the face before hopping off the bed and going into the living room kitchen area.
As is tradition these days.
You do find, though, that the apartment seems to be oddly silent.
Before we get into that, as is tradition these days, pull up the phone and take a quick look through my notifications and socials.
So, some of them are some basic outlines of leading stories. Nothing news-breaking, for once. There is politicians arguing with each other. A podcast ASMR artist is slowly raising in the charts. There is some mention of nightlife and how it's continued to decline, and some people are finding that somewhat odd, but there is a whole argument happening in the forums for that one. There's an update from your mom sent earlier this afternoon saying that she visited your grandmother and she is once again in high spirits. However, does warn you that if you visit tonight, she apparently has a list of potential doctors and nurses who you could date.
I'll fire off a quick text. Thanks for the update. I'll probably check in. Might have to play chess with that, though.
A few moments later, your mother sends you a thumbs up emoji.
Excellent. Anything else of note?
She sends another message speaking with your grandmother's great nephew. He's been helping with paperwork as well as trying to get the insurance people to listen more.
Do I need to call him back up?
It takes a few moments for her to reply, and she said, where it says, "I don't think so. He seems to have it well at hand. He just seems to enjoy arguing with the people on the phone, though. So if he can take that off my plate, have it, I'll let him have it."
Keep an eye on him. Let me know how he does.
Once again, she sends you another thumbs up. You hear a soft knock at your door.
Put the phone down. Turn to look at the door.
You see Cor-E sticking their head out, just like,
What's up, kid?
have you told anyone I live here by chance?
If I told anyone,
Yeah.
why?
There's a package for me, and it has my full name on it. And I haven't even told you my full name.
Bring it in. Let me take a look at it.
Okay. A few moments later, she comes back with a rather large box. Looks like someone grabbed one of those
boxes that are often used in like offices and the like, that are the kind that are easy to assemble quickly. And as she brings it over, you do see on the top of the box has the full name Cor-E McAllister on it.
Do I recognize the handwriting?
You do not. What you can tell, though, from your years of journalism is it's a very masculine way of writing. Cor-E looks at you and says, well, me and Marisol were out. Apparently someone dropped off the box, but they didn't want to leave it out front, so they left it with Frank, and Frank just remembered about it and gave it to us like 30 minutes ago.
So is it, is the name on the package Cor-E's name, or is it dead name?
It actually has Cor-E's preferred name on it, and actually you do notice that it actually has the capital E at the end, which you know is something that they enjoy doing. I haven't told anyone I live here yet. As far as my school knows, I'm still at my foster parents' place.
I've only told a couple of people, and neither of them have that kind of handwriting, both of whom I trust implicitly. So, if you'll excuse me, do you mind if I open it?
They nod and say, Marisol said we should wait for you, but she said, well, she shook it, and she said it didn't sound like a bomb, at least, which I don't know how reassuring that is.
All right, first rule, don't shake the packages. Some packages are fragile, and if materials mix, there can be accidents that happen. Grab me a paring knife from the kitchen, kid.
They nod and run off to the kitchen, returning a few moments later with Marisol closely behind. The older Latino woman does stand a bit further back, not quite passing the threshold of your room as she observes.
I will take the knife and open the package.
Hey.
Open it up. Take a look at it.
Inside the box, you see several brand new notebooks, new pen sets. You also note that there is 2 types of bags, one of which is often used for camera photography. The other is often used... Actually, the more you look at it, it's a leather satchel bag, and it actually reminds you quite a bit of the type you had back when you were in college, if a newer version.
In the box, and then I will motion for Cor-E to come on over and take a look.
Cor-E takes a few steps forward, cheeks and eyes widening as they see the new school supplies, the bag, the camera bag. Just, I didn't order anything. I don't have money.
So, we have a mystery on our hands, huh? I got a few thoughts. Looks like somebody wants to make sure that you have all of the supplies that you need for things up to and including your interests. That's not a small task, especially photographer and a student. And B, somebody wants to make sure that you are taken care of. Tell me, do you know a Rowan?
That's the guy you told me about yesterday, right? The one that's the tattooing apprentice?
Yeah. You had a chance to say hi yet?
I sent him a message on Instagram and we got to chatting a bit. I haven't told him much yet. Even then, I don't see how he knew I needed a new backpack.
I'm going to check with a few of my contacts, but provided everything in there looks as it should, check it all out. Provided everything in there looks as it should, see no issues with you keeping it.
You do note that Cor-E is eyeing the leather satchel before looking at you and says, "You've seen my backpack. It is holding together with hope and duct tape."
Yeah, I see no problem with you keeping it so long as everything seems above board with it. I mean, the package did have your name on it. So, by all intents and purposes, it is yours. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing harmful in it.
That's what Marisol said, too.
Better me than you, because there are certain things that won't touch me anymore, yeah?
Cor-E nods their head in agreement.
Pass the box back over.
Cor-E takes it.
Utilize to your heart's content, kid. Looks like somebody wanted to give you a leg up in the world. That doesn't come often.
Okay.
If you find out who it was, though, let me know. I'd like to have a little chat.
They nod. They bring the box into the kitchen area from what you can see in your bedroom and actually start looking through it, going through the pockets, flipping through the notebooks to see if there's a note or anything. Marisol's watching from the corner before glancing back at you.
I'll look at Marisol.
I did not get it for them.
I didn't say you did. You just seem to be staring at me awkwardly.
Most people would.
That being said, I dare anyone to breach the doors of my space without permission. There is no force on this earth that will stop me from hunting them down.
Understood.
The moment anything seems out of line or out of order, you let me know.
I thought that was without question.
I meant what I said. You have a space you can feel safe here. You can call it yours. Like I said, we're gonna get things set up in the other apartment. We're gonna start expanding our space a little bit. And I will fight tooth and nail for what we have.
I just do not want you to take on more than you can handle. Oh.
Now, where's the fun in that? And that doesn't really allow me to grab the world by the balls now, does it?
Perhaps. Still, you are still new to the night, and I worry you are... What's the phrase? Growing too fast and getting too big for your breeches? Benches?
Britches.
That.
Yeah, in order to do what I want to do, I'm gonna have to move quick. I am in the process of setting up networks and channels. Networking with people. Getting to know how things work. and slowly getting to know the player. Give me another couple of days and I'll take it easy.
Very well. The main players I would have to worry about are not even on this continent, so...
And then it's going to take them at least a few days to get over here, no?
See, but even then, I doubt they would leave Cuba.
Let's see where the night goes.
Are you off to visit your grandmother? Your abuela?
Yeah, I think that's the first stop I'm going to have to make tonight. I did promise to come back and say hi and actually have like a proper visit for a little bit. And I'm going to have to dodge her trying to set me up with some people.
Speaking from experience, that is something that will never not happen.
I know she only wants what's best for me. Damn if it ain't trying some days.
She is your abuela. She is going to care about you and she's going to be concerned.
Much like you and Cor-E, huh?
Still looks over her shoulder towards Cor-E, who is very diligently still going over everything in the box with a fine-tooth comb before glancing back at you. When I arrived here in Edmonton 8 months ago, Cor-E was the first one to welcome me. They have been good in helping me stay afloat. And I thank you for taking them in and making sure they are okay and allowing them to not worry about shelter.
You two came as a package deal. Not just Cor-E, I was worried.
And I appreciate the worry. However, unlike Cor-E, I am able to mostly handle myself.
Are you though?
I have survived 5 years outside of my old Domitor's influence. I dare say I am.
It's not a life. Surviving's not a life.
No. But I am alive. And sometimes that is enough.
Let's just see where the night goes.
Very well. I have made your abuela some rice porridge. It will help, and I understand hospital food is bland.
I will gladly take that to her. I'm sure she is more than happy to have something other than hospital.
See. I will also go over the items to see if perhaps they were purchased on either Amazon or the bag in particular. I think might have been a specialty order, but I am unsure. It looks perhaps slightly used, maybe.
I've got a couple of people I'm going to check in with. If I hear something, I'll let you know.
Excellent. And she goes back to the kitchen where you see on the counter near the door is actually a bag with some Tupperware containers, and you can see slight condensation on the side of the bag from hot food.
I'm going to pull up my phone and tap out a quick message to Marcus.
Okay.
Did you send a package here by any chance?
There is a long pause before you get back a simple text message. Nope.
Interesting.
Everything good?
Package showed up for Cor-E this afternoon. No name, no return address. Bunch of notebooks, pencils, camera bag, backpack, like leather satchel. Trying to figure out who it belongs to. We're trying to figure out who sent it, rather.
You get back a few moments later. He messages back. Can't text for long, have prior arrangements this evening. But did you by chance get a description of if it was a courier or just a random person who dropped it off?
I did not. I'll check in on my way out the door. Thanks.
He sends you back another message. Won't be able to reply till early morning, but keep me posted.
That's fine. And I will send off much the same question to Chris.
Chris replies back fairly quickly with a no, but I wish I had thought of it for our little photographer. She needs all the help she can get, and then you see that they do the afterfix. They.
Your secret dies with me.
He then sends another text message of apparently Jeremy has some drama happening.
What kind of drama?
It takes a while, and he sends you back a fairly lengthy response that says, "While I was out scoping nightlife for you, one of the other interns told me that a couple came to speak to Jeremy when he came into the office for a bit. They wanted him to run a story, and he refused. Things got heated, and he actually yelled at them to get the fuck out of his face."
What was the story?
Didn't get details, something about a missing person.
Jeremy in tonight?
Takes a few moments before he replies, "No, he had a family emergency."
Is his desk monitored by security cameras by any chance? Audio recording inside the office?
Pretty sure all of the desks are monitored. Don't know if there's audio, though.
Thanks. I'll check in soon. Let me know when you need a top up. Good work.
He sends you a thumbs up.
On second thought, want to hang out tonight?
He sends you shock face emoji.
I got some running around I gotta do, but you're welcome to hang out with me if you want.
A few moments later, he sends you back "Is this just your excuse to have a free ride? Because your car is still broken?"
More along the lines of, it's been a couple of nights since we've chatted, or since we've hung out, or spent time together, and I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you, so I'm inviting you along. The fact that you happen to have wheels is just a bonus.
He sends you a big laughing face emoji before he messages back, "Okay, I'm just gonna wrap up some last minute interviews here, and I'll meet you at your place in like 20.
10 for it. And I'm going to send off a message to Eric quickly.
Okay.
Any luck with the wallet?
Takes a few moments before he replies back, "Partial print isn't in the system. They still got nothing. My cop friend says it might be a wash, but unfortunately these kind of cases rarely get solved. It's more for insurance reasons than anything else."
It's still on my plate, still looking into it, waiting for a couple of hits to come back. Got another question for you. Your desk's monitored with audio?
The offices have audio, and so does the main hallways. If we tried having all the desks in the main area monitored with audio, do you know how overstimulating and costly that would be?
I'm looking for audio of Jeremy's desk from, I think it was last night.
Why?
You know, the couple that came in and he started yelling at? I want to know what story they wanted him to run.
He actually calls you.
Hello.
You won't be interested in it.
Why not?
Well, I asked Jeremy point blank why he yelled at them to get the fuck out. Apparently, the way, let's see, he actually gave me a written report incident report, because, can't have people yelling I can't have my journalists yelling at potential people. Apparently, the parents have an adult daughter who went missing 2 years ago. No, wait. Went missing 4 years ago. And they wanted a story written to try to drum up interest for it again. When Jeremy pressed them for more information, he told me that he would not run the story.
Went missing.
Well, that's what they said.
Did they give a description at all?
Well, this is why I'm going to tell you won't be interested, because apparently the way they did it, and this is apparently why one of the reasons Jeremy refused, is that their adult, mentally and physically disabled daughter fell into the wrong crowd where she wanted to use medical instruments to mutilate her body to make it that of what she perceived as was the correct one.
Got contact information?
I do not. Jeremy was the one that set up the meeting because they had insisted on him, and he was very adamant about refusing it. And when they wouldn't take no for an answer, that's when he started yelling and threatened to kick them with his good foot. He's actually getting around really well with that walking cast of his, surprisingly.
So he turned down what is apparently an anti-trans couple and their story about their missing kid who was hoping to acquire gender-affirming care. Did you get a description of the kid?
Let's see. Jeremy did. He wrote it down, gave it to me, said he didn't want this. His exact words were, "I don't want this bad karma piece of shit anywhere near me." Her name is, I don't know if they managed to get the surgery they wanted or not. Their name was, where is it? I just had it. Here we go. Natasha Coleman. She had blue eyes, pale hair, pale skin. Apparently she got into a really nasty mugging situation, so she had a scar across her neck from a mugging, which left her mute. And was last seen 4 years ago, after she had come out to them and told them that she was going to go find affirming surgery. She was 19 at the time, so legally an adult, so they couldn't stop her, but since from what Jeremy observed and inferred, she just ran away.
Him.
Sorry. Yes.
So, if you get anybody else poking around with this, point them in my direction, will ya? Also, if you have any contact information I would like to acquire.
I do not. The one that might have the contact information is Jeremy.
Yeah, let him know when he comes back in that I would like to acquire.
Oh, great. A conversation between you two. That won't end in disaster and fire and brimstone.
Actually, this earns him some brownie points in my book. because he was
Yeah?
looking out after a gender non-conforming kid, which I have a vested interest in case you've forgotten.
I think it might have had less to... Well, okay, don't get me wrong. That was probably a factor, but I think it had to do with the fact that they were shitty parents. Jeremy's old man, let's just say, was not the greatest from what he told me. So he doesn't put up with that shit anymore.
I'm willing to extend an olive branch and give him a chance. Seems like he's kept his head down and he's actually trying to do something decent.
Well, I'll tell him, but I don't know if I'm going to see him. Apparently he had some sort of family emergency come up, so he's been in and out of the office sporadically the last day and a half.
Next time you see him, just let him know I'm looking to talk to him.
Will do.
Thank you. And with that,
And
I will get up out of bed. Clothes on. How long until Chris arrives?
About 10-ish minutes, give or take, so you have enough time to get some stuff done, update your blog.
Yep. Look around. Does anyone need anything before I head out for the evening? Does anybody need
Cor-E
anything on my way back?
Cor-E looks up at you. $1 million.
Other than that.
Energy drinks.
You want energy drinks? I'll see what I can do on my way back. Anything else?
Marisol looks over with a very disapproving expression, shaking her head.
It's a way of life for some of us. I
They will
miss them.
turn your blood to sludge.
I miss them.
Cor-E speaks up. Okay, I got a question. If someone had, like, 5 energy drinks and you drank their blood, would you be able to taste it?
I have no clue. That's a good question. We should test that theory, although maybe not 5 because I hear somebody's heart can explode from that. And then we have to deal with the fact that we've got blood and guts all over the carpet, and that's just a bitch to get out of the carpet, kid.
I guess. What about, like, 3?
Depends on how used to drinking than they are, I suppose.
Well, thinking about this, that you know how people can have a blood alcohol content? So that means, in theory, you could get drunk from someone who's, like, intoxicated.
At some point, we should test this theory. I'll tell you what, use one of those fancy new notebooks you got. Start making a list of theories and things to test. You want to get to know limits and what I'm capable of? Let's actually test some of that shit.
Cor-E smiles brightly and actually takes out one of the new pens and starts writing in the notebook.
Good. Is there anything else that anyone needs before I take off for the night?
No, we are good for the most part. We are just getting settled. If I think of anything, I will message you using the phone that I have.
Candy?
Candy, who has been sitting silently by the window, looks over at you, shakes their head.
Good. Has Rhonda been by at all today?
No, apparently she... what's the term? Crashed out and is currently still asleep.
I'll send off a quick text to Rhonda. Ask if she needs anything.
You don't get a response.
Hey.
She was asleep last I saw. Frank is looking after her. I told him to give us an update if anything happens.
Understood. Keep me updated. And I will head outside.
Chris is outside waiting for you in his car. It is not as nice a car as your mom's newer model Subaru. It is a 2010 Hyundai. It has seen some mileage. It is one of those cars that you have
that gets you from point A to point B and doesn't break down unless something terrible happens.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls down the window and leans out and says, "Get in, loser, we're running errands."
Yes, sir. Walk over, open the door. Take a seat, shut the door behind me.
Where to first?
First things first, I'm going to give him the address of the hospital. I think you said it was the Royal Alex?
Mm-hmm.
Give him the address of the hospital. We're going to go visit my grandma.
Is she okay?
She had a bad fall the other day. She's in the hospital for a bit, but I told her I'd pop in at least a little bit tonight and have a bit of a visit with her before I get into business.
Good, at least. I mean, it's a good thing she didn't, like, break her neck or anything, but still.
Yep.
She gonna go into home? He asks as he begins to drive to the hospital.
I don't think we're talking about that yet. So.
Fair.
How you been?
I've been good. I managed to tell my course director about what's going on with the whole internship with you. He might send you... I told him to send you an email because you kept odd hours, and that you might not reply until ask crack of dawn or, like, midnight.
Yep.
Apparently that's not uncommon in our line of work, though, so he said that was cool just so long as you guys had a constant communication.
Oh, yeah. Not a problem.
I
got you.
I've been keeping an eye out on the nightlife. I actually got one of my friends who's taking a gap year to help me with that, so that way I had someone to watch it during the day. I'm just paying him like $15 a day, because quite frankly, he just sits there and like scrolls his phone and stuff. And he asked me why. I said I was doing a piece on like businesses that were failing for odd reasons, and he kind of just accepted it. He's kind of a loser, so he won't ask questions. Business has been slowing down. There was a really hot girl that was like really weird. She was really narrow, but with glasses, kind of hot. Did not approach though, because I looked at her and the first thing I thought was, she is sadly out of my league.
Fascinating.
There has been rumors going around, though, that the person who wants to buy the building is still being very aggressive about it, though.
Details?
Well, that's the thing. I tried finding details because I tried looking at the records and stuff to see about, like, biddings and stuff. There's nothing going on, so I'm not sure if this is, like, happened at the hospital, where it was, like, anonymous person buying it and stuff, or if this is like happening under the counter, if this is like mafia, or if this is like, he like vaguely gestures at you, like you, or werewolves. Do we know if werewolves are a thing?
I think I've heard talk of them, but can't remember. It's been a long couple days.
I'll bet. Did you find out who sent the kid the package?
No. I did not. I'm looking into it, though.
That's gonna bug you. That's gonna bug you until you find out, isn't it?
Yep. You don't just show up with a package and drop it outside the door with no word.
Fair.
Anyways.
A few moments later, you guys arrive at the hospital. He drops you off at the front, saying he's going to find a parking spot, and looks at you like, do you want me there to meet your grandma, or do you want me to wait in the waiting room? Do you want me to get myself a coffee, since I know you don't really drink that stuff anymore?
You might actually have a secondary purpose coming to the hospital with me. My grandmother's been trying to fix me up with some people.
And you thought of me? I'm flattered, boss.
Helps get me out of a sticky situation.
Alright, I'll be your arm candy.
Good job. And
he goes to park the car, goes back and meets you back at the front as you guys go up to the ICU unit where your grandmother is still there for the time being.
knock on the door.
Your mother looks up as she was speaking with your grandmother, smiles warmly at you, and your grandmother just says, "Grandbaby, I found someone. They said they might not like you, though, because apparently they don't think you would like them, but I don't see why not, because he's an expert in archery."
Still playing
Your mother's
matchmaker, huh?
long Of course. Your mom lets out a long sigh and says, "Mom, they did not say that he was an expert in archery." Well, your grandmother looks at you. "Of course he is. They even have a cute name for it. Apparently they're called an ace arrow."
Echo's going to smirk a little bit. That doesn't mean what you think it means, Grandma.
Is this one of those Libitiqua things?
Yeah, let me break this down for you, okay? Ace arrow? Not interested in doing the horizontal mambo and not interested in dating anyone. That's
Well,
just the way
no
some
sense.
people are.
That makes no sense.
To you.
Wait, it's a thing where people don't want to have sex?
Yep.
Oh,
All
that
being
explains something.
asexual.
That explains your grandfather then. Okay. She says as she starts flipping through her little notebook.
Echo's just gonna smirk and not say a fucking word.
Alrighty, so maybe not that doctor. It's fine. He was too short for you anyway. He was under 6 feet.
You know you don't need to set me up with anyone, right?
Grandbaby, I worry about you. I know you are a strong, independent person. A strong, independent person. But sometimes you need someone in your corner.
I have people in my corner.
I know, but like... Wait, are you one of those ace arrows too?
Let's just say it's not at the top of my priority list. Besides, I have someone to keep me company for the moment.
He smiles, waves. "Nice to meet you, ma'am." Your grandmother gives him an appraising look before looking at you and says in French, "You can do better."
Grandmother.
Chris responds back in French, "I know, ma'am. I'm just as surprised as you are."
Give me 1 second.
Well, my apologies. Please, have a seat. I would offer you some food. They aren't letting me cook for some reason.
Speaking of which, I'll hand over the package in my hands.
Did you learn to cook? She says as she starts looking through the stuff.
Remember how I said I've got people in my corner?
Well, so long as you're eating right. You are looking a little thin, my dear. You need to have some more protein.
Don't worry, I'm eating okay.
All right. You just missed your... What would it be? Second cousin twice removed? My brother's grandson. He's been helping us. Apparently he enjoys arguing with insurance people.
Mm-hmm.
He's off doing that right now for me. He's the one whose ex-wife, my nurse, Margot, I think you met her yesterday. He's been helping with that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's helping with that. Apparently he's trying to get me a motorized chair for the stairs so this doesn't happen again, which is ridiculous. I can walk up and down the stairs just fine. Thank you.
Yeah, we're not going there. That's a loaded topic.
Well, what have you been up to?
Work, actually. Found a story I'm looking into.
Anything you can tell me your grandmother about?
Just something about a Macy Velour I've been kind of working on, looking into.
I don't think I know that name.
It's a murder case.
A murder case? Oh, look at my grandbaby. She's looking at your mother. Oh, my grandbaby is off solving murders. Look at them. They are so good. I'm going to be able to brag about this to all of my friends at Bridge. By the way, what's this I hear about me having a great-grandbaby now and you not telling me?
I'm going to casually look over at my mother.
Your mother is trying to keep a very straight face as she is crocheting a blanket in her lap, just trying very hard not to smirk.
You mentioned Cor-E?
Your mother asked how you were doing, because I mentioned that I had dropped you off at your home this morning. And she was curious about who I knew was living there, and I mentioned Cor-E in passing.
Let's just say I helped the kid get out of a really tough spot, offered a roof, 4 walls, some solid meals, and a space to finish schoolwork.
Good for you. Your grandfather did that quite a few times with some starving artists back in the day.
Yeah, well.
Some of them kept in touch.
Yeah, well. Sometimes people just need somebody in your corner.
And I now get to brag that I am the youngest great grandmother in the neighborhood to a teenager.
Don't brag just yet. The official adoption hasn't gone through yet.
Fine. Do they like lasagna? Because I was told their pronouns are they, them, so they are a great grandbaby as well.
That I don't know. I'll have to find out. But I'll get you an answer.
Yes. Your mother, who is currently counting stitches, says very casually, "Oh, did you get my package, by the way?"
That was your package at my door this evening?
Yes, I sent my assistant to drop it off this evening.
A little heads up would have been nice.
Why? Was there something wrong with it?
Let's just say we weren't sure what was in it, and the handwriting was not handwriting that I recognized, and considering my line of work...
And the fact that I insisted to put Cor-E's full name. I had saw I saw their last name on one of the notebooks they were using for English, I believe, and I insisted to put it on the very, very off chance there was someone else in the building with the name Cor-E.
They were quite confused because they hadn't even told me their full name.
My bad. I will endeavor to message you beforehand before I send over any more gifts.
That being said, if you would like to get to know Cor-E, why don't you come over and say hi? Deliver those packages in person. Let them know who wants to make sure that they're taken care of.
I was going to, but then I got a call from your father.
Yeah.
He wanted to discuss the documents that I had sent over.
Mm-hmm.
She noticeably keeping it somewhat vague as Chris is speaking with your grandmother very softly.
And?
Apparently he was displeased with the papers being dropped off because it was ruining the atmosphere of his business trip.
Do me a favor. Tell me what kind of documentation you have on certain activities of his. legit documentation?
I already have a private investigator investigating him, my dear, and anything he finds, I will send to you.
Good. I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
On that note...
Oh, looks like he came back, your mom says, looking over at the nurse's desk.
I will look up and look at who she's looking at.
You actually recognize the man.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Cortez. He is speaking on a phone, looking like he is arguing with someone.
I'm gonna look at my mother just quickly. Is he the one that's been arguing for you?
Yes. He's your grandmother's great nephew.
We need to work on communication here. When I was in school, he was the one giving me problems.
He was?
He's also the one that I was extremely livid at outside of a regular haunt of mine. The fact that he's family puts me in a very tough position.
Well, I don't think he's aware of it either, my dear, because I mentioned... Oh no, wait! You might have been referred to as your dead name before, so I don't think he's aware.
Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. In true Echo fashion. I'm gonna go hide in the bathroom. We're gonna bring him into the room. And then I'm going to pop out and say hello.
Must you be so dramatic, my dear?
Absolutely, I want to see the look on his face. Matter of fact, I'm gonna photograph it for posterity. Welcome to the family, kid.
Your grandmother is just smirking and saying, "They get it from you, my dear," she says, looking at your mother, who's just frowning, but doesn't disagree.
I'm gonna move over to the bathroom, open the door, step inside and shut it, and wait.
Your mother just shakes her head as this happens, and a few moments later you do hear the sound of Jeremy walking in. Alright, so here's the deal. I do manage to have the insurance people agree to it. It took a bit of convincing and...
Open the door, step out.
Chris, why are you here? He glances over, sees you. Why the fuck are you here?
Click photo.
Jeremy, language!
Click photo. Really? Because this is my grandma's room.
He blinks slowly.
Matter of fact, my mother's sitting in that chair crocheting. Looks like we need to have a talk.
Oh my fucking god, this is
that
why,
being said,
this is why she was...
That being said, just hear me out for a second, okay? I heard through the grapevine that you did a good deed the other day. A couple came in wanting you to run an article and you refused. On principle, apparently. That earns you a few brownie points in my book.
I could honestly care less.
I know.
Because now... He opens his mouth to say more before you hear a very loud, "Dad!" And he tenses up slightly as you see two children around the ages of 8 and 7 run up and tackle his legs. Oh, my children have terrible timing. You look over and you see Margot, the nurse, walk in with a duffel bag, looks at the situation. I missed... Jeremy looks over. This is why you were giggling when I was talking to you on the phone. About the kid exchange! Yes. Yes, it was.
Echo's gonna fall silent and just wait.
Okay. JJ? Sophie, how about you go say hi to great-great-auntie? Me and my cousin need to go have a word outside that is not made for little ears. Don't jump on her. They nod as he looks at his, who you now assume is his ex-wife, and he looks at her as like, you and I are having a conversation about communication. This was not cool. Also, I need the keys to your car. Why?
Why don't we go sit in our car?
No, it's... You, hold on, he looks at you before looking back at Margot. The kids told me your car's acting up. I'm taking it to my mechanic. The car has nothing to do with our agreement. I don't care. You use that car to take our kids to and from places. Keys. Now, you can borrow my car this week. She lets out a sigh, hands over the keys, and he hands over his keys, which you know he has a very nice car. He's like, you, me, downstairs, let's go.
Let's go, Chris.
I'm not having this conversation in front of my kids.
Let's go, Chris.
Chris nods, shaking your grandma's hand, smiling, like, it was very nice meeting you.
And I will follow Jeremy outside.
Jeremy walks a bit further down the hallway, staying on the floor, as has a noticeable line of sight between you and the kids and your grandmother. Okay. You wanted to talk about the parents.
First, I feel like there's something you want to talk about before we get to that.
Not especially. I found out that someone that's been a pain in my ass is related to me.
So, here in... Yeah. Alright, so. You turned down an article proposition yesterday.
Yep. Yes, I
Last
did.
night. What can you tell me about that?
Well, first of all, if it's who I'm thinking it was, that happened today, which I have no idea how you could find doubt about that so soon. Actually, no, he looks at Chris. I kind of do now. They came, their kid went missing 4 years ago.
The kid's
However,
not missing.
I asked him, no, it's not. No, he is not.
You know who the kid is?
Kind of ticked him off a few nights ago.
Okay. So, the fact that you shot down that article earns you a few brownie points in my book. I'd like to offer an olive branch. I was actually looking to talk to you tonight, but they said you were dealing with a family emergency.
Yeah, my great aunt fell down the stairs.
So did my grandma. Funny coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to offer an olive branch. I want to smooth things over. I want to move past this. Seems like you're not actually a bad guy. You might have just gotten a rough start. Tell me. I am curious, though. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm an asshole, but I'm a self-aware asshole.
Well. Why give me all of that shit in school?
Echo, here's the thing. even though you are gender non-conforming, gender fluid, I don't know what your term is, you are still femme presenting.
Yep.
They are going to be 10 times harder on you for that being a journalist. If you can't handle what I throw at you, you are not going to be able to handle what bigots and people who talk down to you during interviews can do.
Turns out I'm handling things just fine. I mean, I kind of gave you the what for outside of the cabin that night, didn't I?
Yeah. And then I got a broken foot for it, he says, looking down at his walking cast.
That was because you decided to tread where you weren't supposed to be.
Yeah, I was given bad information, apparently, and I'm still paying for that.
So, how would you like to turn that bad luck streak around?
Echo, just because it turns out we're family, doesn't mean I want to work with you.
It doesn't mean what?
Doesn't mean I want to work with you. I do things my way.
I'm not saying work with me.
What are you saying then?
I'm saying I'll let up a little bit. Wasn't just outside of the cabin that I've been pressuring you. I got a grudge against you because of the way you treated me. What I'm saying is I'm willing to let that be water under the bridge. Otherwise, I'll continue to dog you for the rest of your natural life. And trust me, nobody wants that because I can be a thorn in your side, as we've seen.
No. Really? I had no fucking idea.
I'm willing to offer an olive branch and let bygones be bygones. Let it all wash away. In turn, if you're working on a case and I've got some information for you, I might be willing to toss that your way. Maybe make your job a little easier, keep my ear to the ground for you. Eric thinks it's a really good idea to have ears outside of an established organizational name that can do things that he might not necessarily be able to.
I will think about it, and I will be civil with you, if only for the sake of our shared grandmother, great aunt.
On top of that, I'm going to give you something very few people get from me. I'm sorry.
He honestly looks like his brain just short-circuited as he looks at you.
Us assholes gotta stick together, don't we?
Fine. Okay, fine. Since you're family, I have a strict code of conduct that states I have to be at least civil with family, and since you are family by blood, that doubly applies. Although, I will state this, your dad, I am currently doing very extensive research into it, have one of my private investigators looking into that for me.
You see Echo flash a very wide grin with some very pointed, not lengthy, but pointed teeth, looking almost demonic for just a split second before the face flashes back. Do me a favor.
Sorry, you cut out there for a second.
Do me a favor. Toss me that information. I have an idea. You don't like him? And after what he's done to dear mother, I couldn't give two shits about him. He might be father, but he deserves every ounce of what's coming for him. Congratulations, I have a new target. Can you imagine what the two of us could accomplish working together? What kind of chaos we could accomplish? We spend I've spent half of my waking hours trying to get into your business. You spent half of school trying to be an asshole to me out of some false pretense of actually trying to toughen me up. You have any idea what we could accomplish together? The heights we could achieve and the people we could piss off? One of us is bad enough. Two of us? I'd hedge bets on us any day. Not to mention, you'd have somebody watching your back that would go to lengths to make sure that objectives are accomplished. I'm no stranger to doing the work.
I'm aware.
Call it a business proposition. With a family discount.
He tries to hold back a grin as he looks at you. I will think it over. His phone begins to ring, and he looks down at it, grimacing. You see on the screen, it just says boss as caller ID. I have to go take this.
Yeah, by the way, tell Eric I'm no longer looking for you and that I found you, and tell him I said hi.
Will do, he says as he goes further down the hallway, actually ducks into the men's bathroom to take the phone call.
And I'll duck back into the room.
Jeremy's kids are currently on the bed speaking very quickly to your grandmother in French as Margot is discussing something with your mother. She actually noticeably has a duffel bag with her as she is speaking.
What's with the bag?
Margot blinks, looking. Oh, so me and Jeremy are divorced. We've been divorced for 4 years now. And where most people will have the kids go between two houses, me and Jeremy just take turns being in the house. So we have a apartment that one of us will go to when it's not our week, and the other will stay at the house with the kids.
Interesting.
This way the kids have more sense of stability and less change. There was actually a few studies done to prove that this works, and since me and Jeremy aren't planning on having any other romantic partners anytime soon, it actually works out pretty well. I'm just sad I missed the revelation that you two were related.
How long did you know?
When you handed me the business card and I saw your name, I distinctly remember my darling ex-husband, the father of my children, ranting about a student of his that drove him up the wall, but he saw promise in, but he couldn't be too nice to you because you were still femme presenting, and no one's nice to female journalists unless they want to get in bed with them. Those were his words, not mine.
Interesting.
But also, you were a pain in the ass to him, so I was kind of looking forward to it because he has a soft spot for family, even if he tries to hide it.
An olive branch has been offered, and a possible proposition has been made for partnership.
Knowing the father of my children, he'll probably wait a few days before he agrees to it. He doesn't do anything. He takes his time to think things over.
That being said, I got something to show you I think you might get a kick out of. And I will pull out my phone, scroll through my images for a sec, find the one of Jeremy, and show her.
Oh, yes, that's his shocked expression. That's the expression he had when we found out I was pregnant.
For posterity. Anyways. Well, it's already been a night. Cool. Love this.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I hate to do this, Marco says, looking at all of you, visiting hours are over in like 5 minutes. I can extend it maybe for an extra 20, but...
No need. We won't bother you. Grandma's probably tired anyways.
I'm not that old.
And you need your rest.
Don't act like you know what's good for me, Birdie.
Really? Do I need to take that package back?
You can pry.
this lovely rice porridge and what I think are empanadas out of my cold, dead hands.
I'll tell you what. You get your rest, you get home, and you make that lasagna, the best lasagna you've ever made, and we'll consider it a fair trade. How's that?
Fine.
Deal.
Just let me know if my soon-to-be great-grandbaby is lactose intolerant, because otherwise I gotta go get other cheese.
I'll let you know.
Excellent.
I've got some other errands to run tonight anyway.
Oh, where are you going? Are you going out with somebody? Someone? Someone's?
I gotta go follow up on a lead. But I did tell you I'd stop by and say hi.
Excellent. Be good. Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Fair.
Good.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right. Echo will blow a kiss and turn around and leave.
Chris follows you close behind, looking at you. So where to next, boss?
Might have to stop in at the tattoo parlor. Wait, no. Jeremy said he was over there and was already talking, yeah?
Okay, so if my timeline that I believe is right, I think what happened was he talked with the tattoo parlor people like a couple of days after Macy kicked the bucket, and the text message I got back from the parents were today.
Okay, then we should
if
probably...
I'm making the
Go ahead.
If I'm making the connection, I think I am. Maybe we give them a heads up that...
Yeah, might not be a bad idea.
We could call them.
I'd rather deliver this message in person.
All right. That sounds good. I've been meaning to check this place out. I've heard, like, rave things about it.
Tattoo parlor is great, and Echo will show off the tattoo on their wrist.
Ah, sick.
Bastion's
All right.
work.
Rowan's.
So.
Yeah. All right. So, Chris and you arrive at his car, and he begins to drive you to the Bleeding Colors tattoo parlor. The night is young. The sky is clear. You can actually faintly see the stars, although they are far and in between due to the light pollution of the city.
Mm-hmm.
You arrive at the Bleeding Colors tattoo parlor. There is actually... There's a few cars up front. Only 2, but definitely more than yesterday. The sign still has open on the front.
Get out of the car.
And so let me get this straight.
Sorry, go ahead.
One of you guys runs this place. Do I need to be worried about anything?
You are fine so long as you are with me and you do not say anything untoward. Just... we have an understanding. Besides, you're mine, remember?
Alright, just making sure.
Get out of the car. Push open the front door.
As you enter the Bleeding Colors tattoo parlor, the soft rock music fills the air as you see Rowan sitting at the front desk with his little puppy Mud sleeping. He glances up at you, smiles, gives you a wave.
Rowan, what's shaking, buddy?
He shrugs, holds up the thing. Boss is doing a tattoo.
Does good work. How's business?
He erases the message before writing down, business is good.
First, this is Chris. Very close friend of mine.
Rowan glances between you and
Is a
him.
very
back at
pointed
you.
look to Echo at the moment.
He just smirks, waggles his eyebrows, raises
Listen,
up the sign that says, "Understood."
your boss gonna have a few minutes?
Pauses, thinks it over, holds up the sign. You could probably go bug him now.
I want to talk to both of you, actually.
Why?
I have some news for you that might not exactly be best served talking about here.
He raises an eyebrow, glances over your shoulder. You actually see on a well-worn leather couch a man appearing to be in his early to mid-30s, has some headphones on, Hispanic, reading through a science book, one of those science textbooks while writing down notes. Rowan looks back at you, makes a sign for you to follow as he gets up and goes towards the area where you had actually had your private conversation with Bastion not too long ago.
I will follow. I'm going to tell Chris to keep an eye on kind of the front lobby just to watch. If anybody comes in, just a quick note that, you know, the attendant will be back in a moment.
He nods, giving you 2 thumbs up. Rowan walks over, peeks his head in, stomps his foot. You hear a very animated conversation happening as Rowan just like has a "are you serious" expression on his face. He just looks at you like,
I'll follow.
as you walk over, you see that you're not actually sure what you're seeing, because currently there is a man who has platinum blonde hair, pale skin, with multiple piercings along his ears, piercing blue eyes, who is talking very animately with one arm. However, the rest of his body is currently tied to the tattoo chair, as Bastion is working on what looks to be a tattoo of inky-like tentacles that goes up from his wrist all the way up his arm, as this man he's tattooing is still chatting his ears off, seeming to have no issue whatsoever with the position he's in, as he is telling some sort of story about a walk he had in the park and the weird shadows that seemed to follow him, but they weren't weird shadows. It turns out they were just dogs. And the man sees you, is like, "Oh my god, hi! I would shake your hand, but someone tied me to the chair."
Pinky.
Bastion, not bothering to look up, says, "If I didn't tie him to the chair, he would keep getting up to tell the story. And he knows this."
Good thing you got ropes on hand then, huh?
These ropes have seen quite a bit of action in different ways, mon cher. He says as he continues his work.
I don't doubt it. You got a sec?
I will in a few moments. I just gotta finish up with this last bit of ink. Everything okay?
I'll leave that to you to decide.
He actually pauses, looking over at you with his eyes. You actually notice now that with Bastion, one of his eyes is a very deep blue, while the other is almost a forest green as he looks at you. Raised eyebrow.
When you've got a moment. I'll wait. Believe me when I
Alright.
tell you, you're not going to want to miss this.
Very well, then. he says as he looks back and finishes the last bit of ink. And without hesitating, he actually takes both of his hands, runs it down the man's forearm, and you see as the skin bubbles and heals and melds. So the tattoo goes from freshly inked to looking like it's been healed for a while now. Mm-hmm. The man flexes his hands like, oh, I love it when you do that. It's so cool. You really have to teach me how to do that one of these days. And I keep telling you, Percy, that's going to cost you a favor. He says, as he reaches over, he grabs a hold of one end of a rope, gives it a light tug, and all of the rope comes undone with that simple motion. Percy just hops up, stretching his arms. Hi, I'm Percy. It's nice to meet you, he says, holding out his hand.
Echo will take the hand and shake it.
He clasps both of his hands, giving you a firm shake. It is so nice to meet you. I think I heard Bastion talk about you the other day and your little run-in with Rowan. Be very happy you're alive.
Yeah, I get that. It was a bit of a learning curve.
He's looking at you, almost pausing as he seems to be looking straight through you. Do you have cats?
Cats?
Cats.
Not that I'm aware of. Why?
Oh, I feel like a cat's in danger with you. Because of you? For you? Interesting. Well, anyways, he claps his hand on top of yours. I have to get going. Me and my darling fiance have a date to go to. You have a good night. Bastion, excellent work as always. I will see you soon for a touch-up and or to add some more ink. Bastion just gives him a 2-finger salute as the man quickly goes out, sees the man on the couch, gives him a big kiss on the cheek as to smile at each other, get up and walk out.
Critter, welcome on in.
Hi, Critter.
One moment.
Mm-hmm.
One second here while I get you a shout out. Welcome on in, folks. Critter, how was your stream? For those of you unaware, we are currently playing Vampire the Masquerade. This is basically episode 14, Collisions, a series called Echoes in the Night, a game that I play, Tales from the Black Butterfly. It is a TTRPG. Enjoy the show, I guess. I don't know. I'm glad that your stream was good. If you need to go take care of post-stream stuff, please feel free to just kind of jump off and go take those. You don't got to lurk around or anything like that, but you are also welcome to watch. Did some crab things and then some dune things. Did you manage to beat the crab? Didn't beat the giant crab lady. Good luck with that. Thanks for the raid. We'll see you when you're around. Go ahead.
The two walk out. Bastion signs something at Rowan as Rowan walks to the front, locks the door, turns the illuminating open sign off as he looks at you, stretching his back out as he seems to have needs to give his muscles break. Oh, I love that man. I really do. He tips well, but my God, does he not stop talking or moving. He is every tattooer's worst nightmare.
Do you know what he was talking about with the cat?
With the cat, no. With what he did, yes. Right, sorry, I keep forgetting you're new at this. Called premonition.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, with contact, sense, smell, something or other. Sometimes he and his clan, with that discipline, are able to see the future. Or the past.
That seems...
Or the present, so they say.
That seems highly useful.
It is. The issue is, it is vague as fucking best. And sometimes you don't understand what it means until it happens.
Fair.
Most of the time, though, harmless stuff. I wouldn't worry too much about it, mon cher.
Our deal's still good?
Which one?
You
Where I
teaching
teach
me
you how
do...
to mold the flesh?
And I let you A, work on me, and B, act as a bit of an ear to the ground for you if need be?
Well, sure, I wouldn't go back on a deal that quickly. It was only last night.
Good. I happened to get some information tonight that concerns young Rowan here.
Oh?
Potentially.
Rowan looks at you with, like, a raised brow.
Your parents got issues with you?
You see Rowan's face go completely blank. Bastion actually lets out a low chuckle.
Yeah. Remember that one Jeremy Cortez?
Rowan nods.
Turns out, first, he and I are related. That came as a shock. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. You can thank him for saving your ass. If I've got my cards on the table right, your parents went to him to write an article about you as a missing person. He flat out refused. Yeah.
Well, shoot. Now
Your
I almost
parents-
feel bad about the tattoo I gave him.
Your parents apparently trying to track you down and look for you.
Oh, we know. We're well aware of how persistent they are.
Looks like they might be starting to hone in a little bit. And they're not above going to actual newspapers to do it.
We appreciate the concern, Moshe. However, as far as the government's concerned,
He says as he gestured to Rowan, Rowan Collins over here started transitioning 6 years ago, and before that, their dead name had been Mackenzie Lenore.
I don't need to know the dead name.
it's a fake dead name.
I get that. I still don't need to know it.
Very well.
Plausible deniability. That being said, they were none too pleased. They
I
got
imagine not.
kicked out of the office unceremoniously, from what I'm told. They wanted to spin an article about how you were mutilating your body. Would you possibly be interested in having them very strongly dissuaded?
Rowan looks at you with a raised brow as he starts to sign, with Bastion interpreting right behind him. Are you suggesting that you kill my parents?
Nope, not at all. They God-fearing folk?
Yeah.
Then how about I put the fear of God into them?
Rowan lets out a long sigh and says, do you know how long? And Bastion, looking not too pleased about interpreting this, says, do you know how long it took me to convince that one over there to not go after them and eat them like the steaks they are? For the record, I said I wouldn't eat them because I don't eat trash.
Wouldn't touch them. But
Rowan looks at you before.
I won't touch them. You have my word. I will not touch them. I will not cause any physical harm to them.
Rowan looks at you before he starts signing and says, I will think it over. I'm not too worried, though.
Okay.
Besides, there is also a second identity that was made where I was born biologically male, and should any tests be done, I don't have a second X chromosome.
Okay. I'm just the messenger, just wanted to pass you along that they're snooping around looking for you.
And we appreciate it, Moshe. We really do.
Well, thanks for your time. And, I guess we'll talk soon.
I guess so, especially if you want to start having those lessons on how to mold the flesh.
I do. We should probably do that, say, within the next couple of days.
Well, my nights are mostly free these days. I am by appointment only, usually, unless I see a particularly interesting candidate come through.
Understood. I'll send you a message.
Thank you, Moshe.
And Echo will... Sorry, go ahead.
Speaking of messages, as you say that, you actually get a text message.
From?
Whoa!
What's it say?
It says, hey! Quick question. Have you heard from Seraphina?
I have not. You loser?
You actually do not get a response. You see that she read the text message, but she does not respond.
I'll be right there. So much for anything else I was doing tonight. Cool. If you guys will excuse me, I have another place to stop.
I mean, there are things you could be doing, but it sounds like you got something else that needs done, Moshe.
I mean, unless you want to start tonight.
Unfortunately, my lessons take a bit of planning to do. Besides, from your expression, I'm guessing what you were just messaged, you can't wait.
Probably not. I'll catch you guys later.
Alright, you have a good night.
You too. And Echo will head out, collect Chris on the way through, and back out to the car.
Alright, he takes you out to the car. You two, he looks at you. Where to next, boss? Lame. Bam.
Just
boss.
Boss works.
Just where to now, boss?
We're headed back to that place. where we're headed back to the place where we made our deal.
All right. Sounds great. I could use a fucking drink. Also, I get to look at that very, very pretty hostess.
Believe me when I tell you, don't.
Listen, I know you're gonna say she's out of my league.
No, I'm saying if you make a wrong step, she could very well eat you.
I thought since I was with you, that wasn't something I needed to worry about.
Eka remains silent.
Oh gee, wow, great. That's comforting, boss! Thank you so much! He says as he puts the car into drive and starts to drive to Seraphina's place. As you do so, he slows down, blinking. I think there's something happening outside.
Take a look around.
You see at the door, outside of where you know the entrance of Seraphina's domain is, you see two figures. One who you recognize as Charlie. He is standing there, arms crossed, looking at another individual who you have never seen before. The individual, let me get the description. Seems to be of some sort of mixed ethnicity. He has a medium build, short black hair. He is wearing an impeccable suit with a cane, as the two of them seem to be arguing very, very softly. Charlie standing his ground, not letting him in.
Let me out at the corner. Park the car and then come find me.
Okay, you got it, boss. He says he goes over.
Also pass him the password. Well, give him the password to the door.
All right. He pulls over to the corner, lets you out. He glances at it like, I'm going to park the car a little further away just to be on the safe side.
Understood.
Okay. See you in a few, boss.
Will do. As I get out of the car, I'm going to activate... Oh, shit, do I? You know what? I'm going to make a rouse check.
Okay.
That is a 6. Soon as Chris's eyes are off of me, I go invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Unseen passage.
Okay.
And I'm going to ever so casually walk up towards the door where the altercation is happening. Give me 1 second. I'll casually walk up to the door where the altercation is happening and just kind of listen in for a moment.
You hear the hush whispers. They are obviously trying to keep quiet, and as you get closer, you understand now why.
Heightened senses?
As Charlie... Okay. You hear, I'm guessing, hearing?
Yes.
You hear the whispering. Charlie, listen. I understand, sir. However, as I have stated, unfortunately, Miss Seraphina is not available at this time. The man, very displeased, looks at him. And I told you, ghoul, I don't care. I have a meeting with her. So, step aside before this gets ugly.
Make my way towards where Charlie is. Ever so careful.
Charlie responds, listen, an unforeseen circumstance has come up. You got the same message as all of the other meetings that were happening this evening and the evening after. I understand this is an inconvenience. However, for the time being, unless you are staff, no one is getting in. You honestly think I will listen to a tool, a ghoul, the likes of you?
Then how about you listen to the words coming out of my mouth?
So you did decide to show yourself.
Who you looking
Charlie
for?
looks at you. Charlie looks, because I do believe that when you speak, the image drops, correct?
Yep. Yeah,
Charlie looks at you. Charlie looks at you, like, subtly shaking his head as the man turns to you, both hands on his cane, as he looks you up and down. Who are you?
Who's asking?
One second. Let me double check his thing. He looks you up and down. Yes, you are one of us, but you are being very ignorant of our ways.
You have something you want to say to me?
No. Unless your name is Serafina, I have nothing to say to the likes of you either.
Then you have nothing to say here tonight. It's already been explained that Serafina is unavailable for the moment, and that the place is closed to anyone who isn't staff. And you don't want to hear that from Ghoul, so you'll hear that from me instead.
Are you staff?
Am I staff? Depends on your definition of the word staff. But if you won't hear that information from a ghoul, you'll hear it from me. I'm backing up the staff of this place. And to be quite honest, I don't give two shits who you are. I don't know you from a hole in the ground. Go ahead. Create a scene.
Charlie glances at the man. You see the slight veins beginning to grow in his neck. Charlie grimaces. Listen, I already told you that you need to calm down. Come back another. Before Charlie can finish the sentence, the other man backhands Charlie so hard that the ghoul goes flying, hitting the wall behind him. A sickening crack echoing across the street as you smell the sickly sweet scent of blood as Charlie lays there.
Oh, that's gonna cost you. I hate to be in your shoes.
He looks at you. Ghouls should learn when to be silent.
You should learn when not to make a scene on the street where people could be watching.
Bold of you to assume the cameras are currently working.
Bold of you to assume I was referring to the cameras.
I am hardly worried about the little blood witch. Like I said, I have business to attend to. Now step aside.
Or what?
Or you're next. Do not fight me, little girl. You will not win.
Who exactly are you?
That is none of your concern now, is it?
Sure it is. Especially if you just assaulted, our friend there.
Ah, see. Now this proves you are not worthy of my time.
You told me when I showed up that I didn't respect your ways. Which tells me you know exactly who I am. Which also tells me you know exactly what I'm capable of. I don't give two shits who you are. You also know I don't give two shits about you or anyone else. And I can be a thorn in your fucking side. You can hit me, strike me down here and now. But I will continue to be a thorn in your side. I will be in everything that you plan. I will dig. I will find out your deepest, darkest secrets that you don't want aired. And I will turn them around and use them against you and throw them right back in your face when it's least convenient for you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You do me... Echo, darling, could you do me a favor and make a dexterity athletics check for me, please?
Of course. Dexterity and athletics. I'm going to blood surge. That's a success. I'm pumping the extra dice into dexterity, which gives me a total of 3 dice and 3 hunger dice. I like the odds.
So what's your total?
I have 3 dice.
Okay. So you have a total of...
3. Hold on.
Holding.
That is 1 success. I'm assuming I probably failed.
You did. As you say the phrase, strike me, you suddenly feel something you haven't felt in a while. Piercing, burning hot pain as he backhands you very similarly to how he did Charlie, and you feel yourself stagger back, whiplash going up and down your neck as he looks at you and says, "Insolent little caitiff."
Echo's going to... maniacally.
And this one is broken through. Typical.
You sure this is how you want to handle tonight?
I am sure that I have had a not good night, and I need to blow off some steam. Your sire is not here. Serafina appears to not be here. I have been denied what I've been told I would have all evening, and I need to do something in my control. So, yes, I am sure.
So, tell me, because you're so insistent on having this appointment with Serafina. You have been told multiple times she is unavailable. I have a question for you. Just a simple question. What are you going to do if you get inside and she's not there? Or literally not available?
I need you to make another dexterity athletics check.
Rouse check. That's an 8. 300 dice gives me 1 success.
He punches you square in the face.
And Echo will laugh maniacally. No answer?
Perhaps I should cut out your tongue since you insist on trying to talk your way out of a fight. You are a child, a caitiff, one that does not respect our ways, nor respects what it means to be what you are.
Respect has to be earned,
either
asshole.
He is now going to strike at you with your cane.
Go ahead.
With his cane.
Hit me again.
He is going to strike at you with his cane. What is your reaction?
Blood surge. That's a fail. That puts me at 4 hunger. We're playing a dangerous game tonight. I love this.
That you are.
You see Echo. He would see Echo lick their fangs for a moment. Oh, I like those odds. That's messy critical.
A messy critical? Ooh.
With 5
Interesting.
successes.
5. Okay, then. He goes to hit you with his cane. Are you dodging? Are you grabbing? What are you doing?
Oh no, I'm grabbing the cane, yanking it out of his grasp. At least trying to.
Okay. You managed to grab the cane. I'll give you that with the messy critical at the very least.
In the meantime, I'm just gonna mutter under my breath. Bro, now would be a good time.
As you grab the end of his cane, it actually gives way surprisingly easily. You wonder for a moment if he's given up on holding the cane. But as you look and see he is still holding something, you realize he has one of those old-fashioned cane swords.
Yeah, of course he does.
You also see that where his eyes had been a very lovely shade of blue, they are now red, and he looks pissed.
Tell me, was it you taking the photographs of me? Somebody you know?
Photographs. He goes to slice at you.
Dexterity says 2 fails.
2 fails?
Yep.
He slices up the side of your body. You feel the pain as you take 2 points of superficial damage.
Oh, of course.
Blood begins to drip down your body as he is looking at you. As you, although aren't aware of the name, you are dealing with a frenzying vampire.
Mm-hmm.
What is your course of action?
Where did he slice?
He basically sliced from the bottom of your hip up to your top shoulder. He nicked your jacket.
Any blood?
Yep.
Harder, Daddy.
He's going to go try to slice your head off your shoulders now. What are you going to do?
Best I've got. Yep,
Okay.
best I've got.
All right, in that case, roll me a athletics dexterity roll.
Give me 1 second. Let me check something. Blood surge. That's a success.
Okay.
1 success.
You somehow managed to beat him because he, despite having multiple dice, didn't roll any successes. As you barely duck down, you feel the edge. It's that anime scene where you duck down and only a little bit of your hair is cut off.
He is pissed. He is angry. When you duck down, he goes to slice down towards you with a speed that's so fast your eyes barely can hold it. However, before he can, you see a swift movement as something tackles him to the ground, away from you, and you feel a presence behind you, holding you. Is like, it's okay, everything's okay.
Not me. Him. And I'm going to point across the road to the body laying on the ground.
You feel the presence gently grip your shoulders before whispering, he's fine. He will be fine. Just let him do his thing. As you look over, you see the thing that had tackled the other kindred. It takes you a moment to realize it is a Siberian tiger. And he had just ripped off the man's arm with his jaws.
Go take care of yours.
Slight hesitation for a moment before you
Go
hear the
take
very
care
fast
of yours.
clicking.
I'm not in the mood.
You hear the quick sound of clicking heels. You don't see anything, but you hear the clicking of the heels as that grow fainter, and Ro materializes beside Charlie as she is laying on the side of the sidewalk with him.
What happened to the man's cane sword?
It is currently still being clutched in the detached arm. However, after a few moments, you notice the arm begins to disintegrate.
Yep. I'm going
As
to
you see
grab the sword and the sheath.
Okay. You look over and you see the tiger has very unceremoniously pared the head off of this kindred. The head is dangling there by its skin in the tiger's jaws, blood trickling down, sticking to its fur, as the body and the head slowly turn to ash. The tiger shakes off before slowly turning its head towards you.
Echo's gonna look at the blade, paying no mind to the tiger. Turn it both ways, and then just ever so casually lick the blood off of it.
You taste your own blood.
Yep.
It is weird.
Yep.
You also do not get anything
That's
from
fine.
tasting your own blood.
That's fine.
The tiger is staring at you as it slowly begins to stalk its way towards you.
Why
One
do
paw in
people
front of the other.
why do people never believe me when I tell them my objective is simply to be a thorn in people's sides? Why do they always have to fucking test me?
The tiger licks you up the side of the face.
I'm assuming we probably need to get you back inside.
You've never seen a tiger shrug its shoulders, but he does so as you see the fur slowly begin to melt off this man's face, off the body. He goes
Not
from on all
here.
fours to standing up. Don't worry. As Rafe stands in front of you, all the cameras are turned off. There's no one on the street. It's fine. Come on, I need to get you something to eat.
I need you to make sure that they're okay.
He's fine. You glance over and you actually do see, even though they're both still on the ground, Charlie does have his arms wrapped around Ro, as Charlie has both of her arms wrapped securely around his head, holding him close to her chest. As you actually hear him comforting Ro, insisting, I'm okay. It's okay, Rosie. Everything's fine.
as you hear the very soft sobs from Rosette.
And Echo's going to turn around and just walk inside without another word.
You try to, but the password you use doesn't work. You actually just walk into the regular bar as Wraith reaches in, gently grabs you by the back of your collar, pulls you back like, that one's not going to work. And you hear him whisper a completely different password. He doesn't bother hiding it from you. As he gently pushes you in, goes back, picks up Charlie, who has both of his arms slung over both Ro and Wraith's shoulders, bringing them in. Charlie is somewhat pale, a bit disorientated, but he grins at you and says, "What's up, Echo?"
Seraphina owes me for this.
Yeah, well, we have to find her first.
I've got somebody coming to meet me here. He needs to get in the front door.
Alright. I'll keep an eye out for him. Do you need blood?
See, Echo, you see me close my eyes for a moment. A very long moment. Who was it?
An associate of an associate.
Who was it?
Name was John Terrence.
Sorry, John
Terrence.
Who's he as an associate of?
Well, Seraphina's been trying to get her finger in a bunch of pies. Sorry, I just went into Marcus's accent. He's not here right now. Seraphina's been trying to get her hand in a bunch of pies. So, from my understanding, this guy... Seraphina's trying to make this a neutral place for all. Even though some of us don't always agree with the groups she's trying to get in contact with.
I need a name.
You know what the Sabbat is?
No, but I have a feeling I'm not gonna like it.
Okay. So, do you know the Camarilla?
In passing.
Okay. So, you have the Camarilla, who are like, follow our rules. All of our rules need to be followed. You have the Anarchs, who are like, the only rule we're gonna follow is the Masquerade. And we're gonna self-govern ourselves. Then you have the Sabbat. They are all about embracing our true nature. That ghouls and humans are below us, that they're cattle to be used for whatever we damn well please. Seraphina had gone in contact with this guy, hearing he was not as extreme, but it appears her information was bad. He also wasn't supposed to appear until around 2 o'clock in the morning, when Marcus was going to be back.
Close my eyes again for a very long moment. I just hear a slight growl coming from Echo. First things first. Can you enchant this shiny new blade I picked up? Rune work?
Rosette, who is sitting at a table with Charlie, trying to get him to drink at least a little bit of water, looks up. What kind of rune work would you like exactly?
I want this blade to go for blood.
I'm pretty sure it already does that.
If it's
It is a blade.
if it's wielded. I also want it to imbibe a little bit of essence of every person whose blood it takes.
Okay. I might be able to do something with that. It will take a little bit for me to get it done.
And anything else you think I might be able to use? We have a problem.
Yeah, you need to eat.
Oh, I plan to.
Alright, so you've gone a little kooky. Rafe says, I'm gonna have you sit at a chair, and I'm gonna... Are blood bags gonna cover it, or do you need, like, one of the dolls? Can you eat from one of the dolls without draining them?
That's the question of the day now, isn't it?
Yeah, the fact that that has become a question for you, I'm getting you blood bags. At least down 4 of them, and then we'll see how you're doing, he says as he goes to the back of the bar. You've actually never seen the Velvet Pussycat this empty before. They don't even have the music of the soft jazz playing. It's eerily silent. This decadent area seeming to have lost its luster with the owner having gone missing. Rafe returns a few moments later, 4 blood bags at hand, placing them on the table in front of you. He looks you square in the eye, says, "Drink."
See Echo counting on fingers for a moment. Who do I poke at next?
How about you don't make it a habit of poking at kindred who literally want to fight you? Because as we just
How
saw,
about they not touch?
you can't fight.
How about? Oh, I can't. I'm sorry. I thought I made a rather impressive wall, or was I mistaken? The objective was not to fight. The objective was to be a thorn in the side. Also attempting to look after what I'm hoping is a dear friend. There's a bit of a snarl, almost, to Echo's voice. Be a bit of a distraction. See, I knew walking into that I couldn't win. The moment I saw nobody looks that suave this time of night without being around or having a bit of punch to them. But the moment he touched Charlie, that's the moment the rules changed. I would have gone down. I would have taken a hit and gone down. Stuck my neck out, so to speak. Lost my head a little bit. Took a hell of a hit. The goal was to be a thorn and an annoyance. And I told him what was going to happen, and he refused to listen. And now he's dead.
Yeah.
tell
Probably
me-
shouldn't have gone that far.
So
But,
tell me how I'm not a fighter. I just don't throw punches.
thank
Echo will
you,
grab
Echo,
No
for
thanks
coming
needed.
to our defense.
Echo will grab a bag and down it, and then a second.
With each blood bag, you feel the hunger lessening a bit. You know it will never be enough, not unless you take that final step, that final heartbeat from a living person. But it helps gnaw away at the anger a bit. Rafe has brought out his cell phone, texting a message, frowning as he looks over another group chat, shaking his head.
How much hunger am I erasing?
So, if I recall correctly, for each, is it 2 blood bags gets rid of 1?
1 point. Just wanted to make sure.
So if you drank 2, you got rid of 1, so meaning you're at 3. You still have 2 more blood bags.
Yep.
On the table.
Got a bit of a word from somebody who seems to see shadow dogs or something like that tonight.
Shadowed? Oh no, Rafe says as he puts his head on the table. Not one of them.
Mentioned something about a cat near me being in danger.
And Seraphina sometimes calls us her kittens. Yeah. If chances are, if it's who I think it is, their premonitions are usually pretty accurate.
I have a question. A very
What's your
pointed question. I need to know if we can carve out space in here big enough for a decent sized apartment.
In the Velvet Pussycat?
Yes.
I mean, we have living quarters, but why? Don't you have your own haven?
Suddenly I'm feeling those are slightly inadequate. I'm going to keep up the property out of appearances. But I have certain people under my care that I would feel a lot safer if they were here, considering certain protections are allotted to this property. I will pay rent.
Okay. We'll have to discuss that with Seraphina when we find her. You know what? Fuck it. I have some space here that you can use for your ghouls.
Good. Is Chris come in yet?
Yeah, Chris is standing to the side, giving you guys some space.
I'll look over at Chris. I need you to go back and pick up everyone at the apartment and bring them here. Tell them to pack only what is necessary. Their most prized possessions, that sort of thing. We're moving locations for a few.
When you say everyone, do you mean even Rhonda?
and her grandfather.
We're bringing the grandpa into this?
Bring the ghouls.
Okay. I'll bring the ghouls. I'll bring Cor-E. I'll make sure they have all the stuff they need.
They are not to leave this building without an escort.
Rose speaks up. What about school for Cor-E?
We'll figure something out.
Chris speaks up. I might be able to help with that. If we cite there's a family emergency, they can take a short leave of absence from school without getting penalized for it.
I want them here inside the next hour.
All right. Don't worry, boss. I'll go get them. I'll give you updates by the minute.
Every 10.
Every 10 minutes, I'll be back within the hour. He says, and without another word, he leaves. Rafe lets out a long sigh, pinching the bridge of his nose. Okay. All right. How are you?
I want blood.
Figuratively or literally?
Do you remember the night I first came here?
Yep.
Do you remember how desperate I was?
I do.
Those 2 nights were the nights everything changed. I went from hopeless, effectively, to suddenly having a little taste of power. Ability to realize I could make things work for the better. I could build something, I could be proud of it, and suddenly I had all of eternity out in front of me. Problem is, that brought a little bit of bloodlust with it. On some level, I expected that. I also find I'm extremely protective over what is considered mine these days. And suddenly I find what's mine possibly being threatened. Even if not directly. I refuse to let go of it. I refuse to let somebody else take that away from me. Charlie got hurt. He knew who I was. Which means there are going to be others. And I fully expect heads to roll. And I don't mean mine. I want blood.
All right. We'll figure out a way for you to get some then. Rafe looks over at Charlie, who... You see that Ro has given him a long vial, and he is slowly sipping it. You see that the wound to his head is slowly, meticulously knitting itself back together, and he seems to become more and more orientated, more and more aware the more he drinks it. Ro sitting anxiously beside him. You also notice that she seems to be gently raising his leather jacket, checking something on his wrist where you see there is, it almost looks to be a brand of some sort, and she's like gently running her fingers across it. You see him gently put his hand on top of hers and whisper something very softly to him. Sounds vaguely like, "Don't worry, it didn't need to be used yet. I'm still here. Don't worry." It's almost comical that he was the one that was hurt, and yet he is comforting his Domitor, who is still hesitant about this. Ro, however, does look at you and says, "I will put whatever wards, runes, protections on the apartment complex you want. No favors asked." It will take me a bit, but I will get it done.
Do you know the enchantments that you've got on here?
I know of them. It won't be as powerful. I won't be able to stop people from finding it on Google Maps, but I can at the very least make it so people are less likely to think.
No. Those aren't the enchantments I'm talking about. I'm talking about the any harm done.
Those ones?
I'm talking about the you touch what's mine, and there will be consequences doled out by the universe itself.
I know them. I can get it done. I'll need help from Draven, but he owes me a few major favors.
Good.
It will get done. It will take me at least...
As for the sword,
Mm.
I'm looking offensive and defensive. I do not want to be caught off guard. And whoever sent that pile of dust out on the road now has a new problem. Somebody got my attention. And the last thing you don't want this journalist doing is getting your attention. Or is getting this journalist's attention.
Friendly reminder, Charlie says as he's gently pinching the bridge of his nose, blinking a few times. Cane swords are technically very illegal. Ro just scoffs. "Please, we don't listen to mortal legality here." It'll be done.
Thank you. If you're serious about wanting to thank me for stepping in when Charlie was hit, that'll do nicely. I consider that a fair trade.
Ro just nods her head.
Echo will drink the other 2 bags.
I should have been out there. Charlie just shakes his head. "No, you were trying to do your scrying thing. And we all know that when Marcus isn't in, I'm the one that takes over for security." And with that, the silent conversation hanging in the air, that is when we're going to call it